Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I am happy that you're here. Just here to share some messages that I got today. I was actually not gonna come on, but I feel compelled to. So let's see what the spirit wants to say to whoever is listening, okay? These messages are general messages, but they could be specific sometimes. So be sure to take what resonates with you. Use your own discernment, okay? Pray and ask God for confirmation if you feel like it is indeed for you. It could be for anybody, anywhere, out there, somebody, somewhere, okay? All right, so the first message is this channel song, and it's by Brandy, titled Sitting on Top of the World, okay? Sitting on top of the world. So that is the main overall energy, and it's already giving me a promotion. This is quite the level up here, okay? Brandy, people are going to think that you're acting brand new. You might feel brand new, okay? Somebody might be, taking a shot of brandy as a toast to this brand new life that you are entering in. You're going to feel like you're sitting on top of the world, okay? This tells me your kingdom has been confirmed, or your place in the kingdom has been confirmed, or your kingdom has been established, okay? Or you're establishing a residence in the kingdom. But this is kingdom talk right here, okay? You're sitting on top of the world, but you feel a little bit hesitant, a little bit reluctant, ambivalent even, because you're not used to anything like this. You're surely not accustomed. That's why you need a new mindset. I'm looking down at these cards that I will be incorporating today. But this is on top here. You're going to need a new mindset for this new reality that you find yourself in, that you're about to be in, okay? You might be worried that you are going to be open for attack, vulnerable, because this newfound fame, newfound wealth, newfound whatever this is going to attract a lot of people, a lot of moths to your flame, okay? But it's important that you guard something thoroughly, that you keep something safe, that you protect yourself in whatever this is, okay? So the theme of safety and protection is still here, okay? But I'm getting that this is, or you are, or something is indestructible, okay? So this world that you're sitting on top of is indestructible. Like, it's made for you. This has been established for you. This is your seat, your throne, your crown that you have earned, okay? You have earned. I'm seeing bow and arrow. So you actually hit a target, or you may have been a target, okay? And I'm seeing that twofold. Target in the sense that you were chosen, okay? And you have been put through a series of initiations. A lot of tests and trials were thrown your way, and you passed them all with flying colors, okay? So you could have been targeted in that way, meaning selected to go through something, a particular experience that would only equip you for what was going to be given to you as a blessing for overcoming. Then there's target in another sense, meaning you could have been targeted in a very malicious, negative way, all right? And this could have been done by members of your family, members of your community, on the job. You were just a targeted individual. And because you did not allow that, or those arrows, now I'm hearing 10 of Swords, all those arrows to take you down, to subdue you, to kill you. You did not fight fire with fire. You are being blessed because of that. So it's a win-win situation here. Whatever it is I'm talking about is definitely a win-win situation. I'm hearing put your hand upon the king's hand. okay? And shoot, take your shot, okay? Take your shot. You're being guided, okay? So when somebody's hand is over another person, it means there's someone else in control. Okay, so you think you're controlling something, but you're actually not. Okay, your hand is just on top of the king's hand, the one who is really in control, the one who really has the power. Okay, so this is secondary power, and I'm hearing you have access to this power as long as you stay in close connection with the king. All right, something here about striking it 3 times. So I know in baseball, 3 strikes, you're out. Okay, so for something, you have to strike it 3 times for it to be in, for it to be open. Okay, I'm also hearing deliverance, regeneration. I know regeneration came up when we were talking about, or when I was sharing the insight into the valley of the dry bones. So some kind of regeneration is still taking place. Okay, I'm hearing this is going to be ongoing for a while. Many of us are being regenerated. Okay, then there is a story in 2 Kings chapter 13 that speaks about the death of Elisha. Elisha was a prophet, and where he was buried, there was some kind of war going around, and a man was killed and thrown into the sepulcher where Elisha's body was, bones at this point. And his dead body touching Elisha's bones, I believe, you're going to have to read this for yourself, caused him to come back to life. So he was revived by bones. This is the second time bones is coming up in a reading. So bones are highly significant here. I don't know if I'm speaking to somebody who incorporates bones in their spiritual practice. I don't do stuff like that. I already told you I'm not that witchy. Okay, but there are others out there that are into that kind of stuff. Okay, if it's not deep on those levels, if we're not talking about magic, bone magic, and there's different names for bone magic depending on what bone you're using. But if it has nothing to do with that, I may be speaking to somebody who has osteoporosis. Okay, your bones are being weakened right now, or you're experiencing weak bones. And I'm just feeling a sudden cramp in my abdomen. Hold on. That came out of nowhere. So this bone pain may have come out of nowhere, okay? It could be tendonitis. Somebody has low estrogen count. Okay. Something about the bones here. May need to intake more calcium, more vitamin D. Just make sure you're getting sufficient vitamins, okay? Because when bones get weakened, it just makes you so super vulnerable, especially to falling and hip injuries. Okay, the hip seems to be one of the bones that wants to dislocate before any other bone. Okay, so I might be speaking to somebody who may have just have hip surgery or has scheduled a surgery for their hip. Okay, but you need to pray that your bones are strengthened and do your part. Okay, there's always a part for you to play in your own healing, in your own deliverance. Okay, but back to the story. Somebody touched the bones of Elisha and he was revived and stood on his feet. Okay, so what I'm also getting from that is that some people are still relying on relics. I think that's what it's called, like ancient artifacts of like saints and other important beings having intrinsic healing power. So you might have like an amulet or something that contains a bone. And I'm hearing it's working for you. It's working for you. Not saying you have the ability to raise the dead now, but I'm not saying that you don't either. Okay? I'm just saying your belief is valuable. Remember that it could also be dangerous if not applied correctly. All right? But let's get back to sitting on top of the world. Enough of this bone talk, okay? Enough of this bone talk. Something else about sweet perfume. "10 minutes already. I wasted all that time talking about bones." Scammer alert. Okay. I'll shuffle before I say these names, but something about a scammer alert. And I don't know why my mind just flashed to Dr. Umar Johnson. Looks like his name is being brought up a lot right now. People are finally catching on to the grift. Okay, that he's been a sham, and it's all been a scam this whole time. All right, I don't know how he's gonna redeem himself from this. Wouldn't recommend anyone sending any more donations his way. I just don't see the school ever being opened and occupied by students. But that's another story for another day. Just be careful of the scammers, especially if there's anybody out there coming in my name and my likeness. For sure it's not me. You already know that I am promoting the Kingston 13 Restoration Project, and that's it. I don't really... Something about an Indian man here. And that's it. I'm not going to ever chase you down for me to do a reading. No, I don't have time for that. I barely even like promoting the project, but since I started it, I gotta carry through. But just be careful of the scammers right now. The devil's out there on a rampage, seeking whoever he can devour. Okay? And they are willing to take advantage of man, woman, and child. Alright? Not discriminating. These scammers are not discriminating at all. Okay? I'm not going to force it. I have one card out. I'll give it another minute or so. Okay, I don't know if I should take this clump. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Let's see what we have. Somebody's about to be an overnight celebrity. Okay, I just feel super thirsty. Hold on. I tell you, the thirst is real. The thirst is real. I don't know why I suddenly feel so dehydrated. All right, somebody's going to be an overnight celebrity. Something's going to happen so quick. Going back to sitting on top of the world, you are quite nervous because you never dreamed of that moment, of that occurrence, of that happening for you. But it is going to happen for you. You are going to be an overnight celebrity. Okay? Love is watching here. Somebody loves you, baby. Oh, oh, oh. Somebody could be named Patty. Okay? Or Bella. Somebody could be watching from France. Okay. Well, this list came out again at the same names as before. Okay. Somebody could be named Barclay, Dolores, Bryce, Sonia, Bella, Patty LaBella, Trent, Gwen, Tristan, Sheldon, Colt, Cara, Samantha, or Gloria. Okay. I'm also getting Barclay Center. I believe that's in New York, because I'm hearing a line by Nicki Minaj. I believe the song is called Fly, so featuring Rihanna, where she says something something, nays become yays, Yankee Stadium with Jays and Kanye's. So you might be coming into close contact or connection with some other celebrities, and they might put you on. They may want you to perform at the Yankee Center or the Barclays Center. Okay? That's how big it's going to be. You're going to feel like you're sitting on top of the world. All right? Love is watching. Maybe you're going to sing a love song. I could be speaking to anyone between the ages of 18 and 25 years old. I hope you are 18 and above, okay? Because I do not speak to anyone, where this channel is not catered to those who are under 18. And I'm not even that vile or vulgar, but still, I do not want to be responsible for saying something that a young mind might misinterpret, misunderstand, misconstrue. All right, so this channel is for adults. If you ask me to, I just might change my mind. I just might something forever. If you ask me to, I just might give my heart and stay here in your arms forever. Okay, love is watching, and somebody saying, if you ask me to, I'll do that for you. Okay, I'm willing to do whatever it is you ask. Okay, back to nays becoming yays. Okay, back to just ask and you shall receive. Okay, that is a mystery. One of the mysteries of the kingdom is asking and believing that you shall receive it. Knock, knock, and it shall be open for you. This is the new mindset that you need to have. All right, so that you could prosper in all of your works. Okay, so ask and it is given. Something about West Africa here. I might be speaking to an up-and-coming star from West Africa. You're about to be an overnight celebrity. Okay, but for somebody else, they're going down. Okay, they're going down, baby, your street in a Range Rover. Okay, somebody could be named Cornell or be called Nelly for short. Okay, somebody could be from St. Louis. All right, we have grandmother, the alchemist. Okay, so your grandmother could have been gifted if she's no longer here with us. Okay, or your grandmother is working something out for you, working magic for you, helping you change your situations, helping you alchemize, teaching you how to alchemize. Okay, somebody's grandmother is very near and dear to them, and likewise you are very special to this grandmother, whoever it is I am speaking to. And not to change the energy too much, because that's a yellow card, so that's high vibration. And I believe that's part of the poem that's attached to a song called All Night on the Lemonade album. Okay, so you might be a person who has been thrown a lot of lemons, and you learned how to make lemonade. That is an example of alchemy. Okay, taking the negative and making it positive. All right, so you might be into that stuff, turning pain into purpose and prosperity, tragedy into triumph. All right, so you might know how to change your own situation. All right, but what I wanted to say about that is, you know what, I'll save that for another time. We have Be My Mentor. All right, it's also a yellow card. That bee tells me you might be a part of the beehive. Okay, Beyonce might be open to being your mentor. I know people say a lot about her, that she's very reserved, very closed off, not as supportive, but You never know, okay? It all goes back to you believing, okay? I have many arrests will occur. Okay, this might tie into straight to hell they go, okay? That's a little bit, I didn't expect that at all. And whoever it is you are a voice for the people. Okay, so I'm hearing activist, advocate, I'm hearing revolutionary, I'm hearing a new social movement. Maybe you're gonna be a celebrity in that regard, that respect, something like a Malcolm X, something like a Martin Luther King, okay? Even if you're female, I'm just calling on names here. I'm talking more about their positions of power, their positions of influence. So you might be an influencer or highly influential, okay? Because to be the voice for the people, you don't have to be rich, but you have to have that power of influence where people will listen to you. And when you give a call to action, people will be galvanized and be moved to act, okay? So whoever it is you are, you have a power that not a lot of people have, okay? Let's go into this one a little, see what comes out. Something about purpose and partnership, okay? That's on the bottom here. Something's going to be balanced out. 2 becomes 1. You know, that's been a theme over here. All right, 2 is better than 1. Takes 2 hands for a good clap. Okay, only 2 hands could clap as well. So I'm hearing your prosperity, your service to humanity, your business is going to be contingent on who you go into business with, who you marry, who you associate with, even in a friendship. There's just something about a partnership here, and it's going to be a purposeful partnership. Whoever it is you are a spiritual warrior. Okay, back to the voice for the people here. You're a spiritual warrior who has divine guidance. Okay. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Look at that. Voice for the people. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. So you're not only the voice for the people I'm hearing, you're also a good ear for the people. You understand the needs of the people. You empathize with their oppression, okay? And you are the voice for the oppressed, okay? That's taken from Psalm 19, verse 3. Somebody could be 19 years old, okay? Or you could be born in the 3rd month on the 3rd day. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor than silver and gold. Whoever it is you are, the voice of the people, your name is just as good as Malcolm X and anybody on that level, okay? Like who's in that or was in that kind of work here. You understand people. You understand pain. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So you are visionary, revolutionary. People look to you for not just advice, but for direction to lead the way. Okay? You might be from West Africa or about to start a movement out in West Africa, okay? Or you are speaking to West Africans. You're going to be the voice for West Africans. You might be coming into partnership with somebody from West Africa, okay? Somebody from West Africa could be watching you with loving eyes because we got love is watching. Your grandmother could be from West Africa as well. Okay? All is possible to them who believe. Okay, I'm going to put these away. Save this for another time. This is, and look at this. This is my grandmother's name, so it's really sweet to see grandmother, the alchemist, also come out to confirm that there is a grandmother energy among us. Okay. Let's see what the tarot has to say. 25 minutes already. Look at this. Overnight celebrity. Overnight celebrity. Star healer. Okay. You can heal people with your voice. Okay. You understand the cries. You hear the cries of others. That's what I'm hearing. And you're moved. You're moved to do something about it. You're moved to give an offering of support, of valuable insight, information. I'm hearing you give your last dime if you have to. That you support causes. You like to give to those in need. Okay, you've been doing this from ever since you've been a young person, okay? So you could definitely be who I'm speaking to here, between ages of 18 and 25, because we know that the page represents a younger being. So you could have been this way ever since you were young, always giving. Giving when you didn't even have a lot to give, okay? You always found something to give because you don't like to see people down and out. You don't like to see people suffering. You don't like to see people oppressed. Okay, you don't like to see people oppressed. It makes you sad. Okay, and you feel disappointed when you have nothing to give. I'm also getting that as well. You want to be in a position to do more. That's why you're being exalted to now where you could say you're sitting on top of the world. And now you have more to give. Look at this. Sitting on top of the world. You took a leap of faith here. Okay? And that's why you're on this new adventure of being a philanthropist. Okay? You have this optimism that you are going to go out there and save the day, save the world. Okay? I'm hearing world peace. Okay? You are a leader with the King of Swords coming out with the Fool. Okay, you are being set up for leadership. Okay, you are being encouraged to be a little bit more focused on your vision here. Make sure your vision is clear, because you are a voice for the people here. The King of Swords is a strong communicator, very effective with his words. This could be feminine energy as well, okay? You're very effective with your words, and you are being urged to use your words skillfully, okay? Always be truthful and honest, to continue being bold, okay? These are important for your leadership. You're being set up for a leadership role that's going to enable you to give back, okay? You are the voice of the people. That's what I'm getting here. With the Queen of Wands at the bottom, you better stay bold and confident. You were called for this. You have been preparing for this. And now I'm hearing it's time for this, okay? That's why it's going to seem so quick, even though it was not. You have been preparing for this moment all your life. But when it happens, it's going to be like you're an overnight celebrity, okay? Overnight celebrity. We have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse and the Two of Swords in the upright, okay? You have to make a decision to not. You have to make a decision to know who to give to, who not to give to. That's what I'm getting. You cannot give to everybody here. All right? You cannot be blind in your giving either. I know you have a good heart. You're coming off very kind and generous. But you must use your intelligence to know not everyone is deserving of a handout, okay? This is really giving me, you got to know who to give to. You got to know who to give to. You got to weigh those options. It's not the time to be double-minded, okay? You have to have discipline in your giving. Discipline in your giving, okay? Because you're going to get something big here. And you cannot squander it. You cannot squander it by giving it away to everybody that wags their tail. All right, I'm hearing that some dogs just want to bite you. They might look like they're looking for something to eat, but they're looking for a bigger bite. Do not let them take a chunk out of you. Okay? I think the saying is, sorry if your maga dog them turn around and bite ya. Jamaican stuff. I don't know if you have something similar where you're from in your culture. But if you pity the wrong person, it could actually be more dangerous than your good intent to help them. Okay, you've worked too hard. You've come too far, okay, for just to allow everything to become a waste, okay? Because you put money in the wrong hands, it could actually curse your financial blessing. You got to be very disciplined right now. That's what I'm hearing. You got to be disciplined in your giving. You cannot give everybody, all right? Everybody will come with their hands out, especially when they see that you're sitting on top of the world. Look at this, sitting on top of you're coming into great fortune. You're going to be in a position to be able to do a lot, not just with what you have, but with your influence, with your voice. That's why you're getting this spot on top of the wheel. Okay, because you're not a selfish person, nor do you have selfish ambition. You actually care about the people, okay? You care about the people. In the song, I'm just trying to be me, doing what I gotta do. People say that I'm sitting on top of the world. Sitting on top of the world, top of the world. Yeah, somebody might want to listen to that song. I don't want to make this video any longer. So I guess the overall message is, now that you're in this position, Queen of Pentacles, about to take your place on top of the world, on top of the wheel of fortune here, be careful. Be careful of who you are given to, okay? Don't gamble your money. Don't gamble your resources. Don't be a fool, okay? You must stay sharp-minded, be wise and intelligent, strategic. And don't be afraid to speak up and say no. Yeah, you got to speak up and say no and be very, very assertive with it. This is a part of leadership. Leadership is not being a yes man. It's being a wise man, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. You're being guided into a leadership role. Overnight celebrity. You're going to get a mentor to help you with this, or maybe a financial advisor to help you manage all this abundance, okay? You're going to get the guidance that you need, but stay disciplined. Stay disciplined. Stay prayed up as well, all right? Stay visionary. Doesn't matter how foolish your vision appears to others. You're called to do this. Okay, you're called to do this, to sit on this throne, to be this effective leader. The people need you. The people are looking for somebody to speak for them. And you have been selected. You have been the target. I hope this message resonates. Thank you so much. And please catch me on the next one. Bye-bye.